Ooh, decent, decent. Good try on that counter. Circling back on the 50-50. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to go ahead and react to John Silva's sparring footage. So as we all know, John Silva is a very aggressive fighter. We're going to go ahead and review that. But before we do, all I ask is for you guys to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and watch the sparring footage from John Silva. All right. Nice little feints to try to get on the inside from John Silva. Pressuring very slowly, but John Silva is a very aggressive fighter. And the reason I say that, this dude is always looking for momentum to come inside. Pause. Pause, pause, pause. Ooh. Decent, decent. Good try on that counter. Circling back on the 50-50. Ooh, cheeky little knee there that almost landed. Good disengagement back on the 50-50. Let's focus. Good body shot that lands. John Silva right now being kind of passive. Looking for disengagement. Good stuff. Carlos Parates in the background. Ooh, nice little double jab. Nice little that counter. Decent stuff. Decent stuff. All right, now he's practicing off the fence, or off the wall in this case. Good stuff. Ooh, yeah, that spinning elbow is very susceptible to getting your back taken. Ooh. Y'all saw that? He literally grabbed his leg and twisted. Stuff here, nice high guard. Staying defensively responsible when fighting off the back. Back in the center. Goes for a cross. Ooh, man, I'm seeing something right now from John Silva. I will explain later in the more in-depth breakdown. Good stuff here. Good. Oh my god, very, very good disposition feint. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Back in the center of the octagon simulation here. Good inside kick. Opponent goes for a 1-2 high guard. What the fuck was that? Those elbow combinations that are super obvious to land. See, they're going for elbow openings here. And he leaves himself open for a jumping guillotine. Good takedown defense. We know that John Silva is very, very good at takedown defense. All right, interesting stuff. Very, very interesting stuff here. Okay, so we see here a lot of the similar things that I said in my last video about John Silva, and it's the fact that John Silva works very, very well, or at least tries to work very, very well with trying to create as much momentum as possible. He is crazy aggressive, and the way I know that he's crazy aggressive is just pay attention to his feet. His feet are always, most of the time, at least 80% of the time, looking to try to get forward on his opponent. Why? Because he's the shorter fighter. He has a shorter length. So he has to try to get on the inside to try to land against his opponents. In this case, it's going to be a taller, lankier guy. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that I would pretty much want to see John Silva do is not be Captain Obvious. And for some freaking reason, it's just something that we always see with MMA guys. We always see MMA guys not trying to use any disposition feints to try to get on the inside. And it's something that's notoriously known from MMA fighters, compared to where you see shorter guys like in kickboxing or in boxing or in Muay Thai. They seem to do a way better job at concealing what they actually want to do. If you guys want a great example of who is a short fighter who is great at fighting taller guys, go look at Alexander Volkanovski, go look at Ilia Topuria, go look at Gokhan Saki, go look at who else? Mike Tyson sometimes, especially towards the earlier side of his career, whenever he was in an actual peekaboo system. These guys are really, really good at concealing what they want to do by using a lot, and I mean a lot of feints and a lot of directional changes. Something that I would really love to see John Silva do more than just literally trying to come forward, land shots, and then go for a disengagement. He really is, in my opinion, the epitome of a fighter that is a little bit too close to being Captain Obvious. What I would like to see John Silva do above that, aside from that, is also as well is just mixing things up, mixing up his overall base, because most of the times we do see him, you know, just stand in one spot and just come forward. I would like to see him rotate around his opponent, go left, go right, go left, go right, and then come look to get on the inside, and then as well try to get some feints moving left to right as well. Because right now, especially in this specific, this right here, he's literally standing right in front of his opponent. But what if he takes a disengagement, let his opponent come to him, and then he's able to cut off his opponent's momentum coming forward, wherever he's pretty much able to get a good position to break his base by literally punching his guard or by attacking his opponent's legs. You know, I would just like to see John Silva implement a little bit more, you know, especially in trying to create momentum using his space by implementing more feints, much more feints than this. Right now, he's using a lot of feints, and this goes into a separate subject. We see him doing all this bouncing around. It's great. All that is really, really good stuff. All that is very, very good stuff for trying to create a momentum. The thing is it's a big giveaway. When you do all that jumping around and stuff, it's almost like telling your opponent, "Oh, I'm about to work. I'm about to do something. I'm about to get ready to do something." You know what I'm saying? It kind of gives away, you know, in my opinion, the surprise of attack. You know, in a broader sense, it really is, you know, the surprise of attack, because if you're doing all this bouncing around, it's like a body. It's like using your body to send the message that, like, man, I'm getting ready to do something. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do something. And all his opponent really has to do is just disengage. The moment you see, like, for those of you guys that go into sparring, if you guys are fighting like kickboxers or like Muay Thai guys that like to do this jumping around stuff, and you guys want to live to fight another day, let them do this stupid bouncing shit and then just disengage. And I promise you guys, you will buy yourself a little bit more time, especially if you guys are in a real fight and you see somebody doing this rhythm stuff. Literally disengage, and you could buy yourself like a extra 10 seconds, 15 seconds to reposition, rethink what's going on in front of you, and reassess and go on and try to do something else in that fight, depending on the context, of course. But that's just some of the things that I'm seeing from John Silva. Is I think that he should conceal his intent a little bit more and use some different directional feints, as well as disposition feints, right? And as well as not being too obvious with what he wants to do in terms of his body language. You know, that's pretty much what I would like to see John Silva do work on a little bit more. Besides that, I think that he's really, really good at a couple of things, and that's having great awareness of when to disengage. Because we see a lot of times, especially in this sparring footage, that he's able to land on his opponent and have a great sense that he's losing momentum. That's a rare thing. That's a super rare thing that for some reason a lot of fighters and a lot of guys just aren't able to pick up on, is when they are losing momentum in a positional battle. And that's something that John Silva, and this jumping up and shit, like, it's just super obvious on like what he's gonna do. All his opponent has to do is just reposition. Anyways, I don't even know what the fuck I was saying, but there's a lot of great things that John Silva is doing in this sparring footage. Something that obviously he does need to work on from a striking standpoint. Obviously, MMA striking and striking is completely different, but he's not bad. He's not a bad striker. He's a very, very good striker. Overall, as an MMA fighter, I think he's really good. He has good grappling, decent striking, good positional defensive awareness, especially on when to reposition. There's just some things on his entries that I would definitely like to see him work on, without a doubt. Because against a savvy fighter, against a savvy coach that knows how to take advantage of some of these things that I'm saying in this video, it's going to be a very long night for John Silva. And that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, it's a pleasure. Peace out and have a good one.